And that's
But
why...
you've got a problem here, haven't you? Because, I mean, you know, it looks as though on Tuesday the Supreme Court will rule that Parliament must have a vote before she starts the Brexit negotiations.
Yes.
The problem with your approach is Labour Party is saying it's going to support the Prime Minister and give her the authority for those negotiations. Well, that's game over, isn't it?
No.
Because if at the end of all of that she
No.
doesn't deliver on the free trade deal you want, there's nothing you can do about it.
No, it is not game over. And there'll be a hell of a fight on
Why is
amendments.
it not game over?
There'll be a hell of a fight on amendments. And the one that I think is most important is an amendment to deal with the vote at the end of the exercise. Parliament must have a say on the final deal, and it's got to be a meaningful vote.
But she has said you'll get a vote on the final deal, and the worry for that is she's saying the alternatives then will be vote for my bad deal, which is the way you would characterise it, or it's an even harder Brexit, which is, you know, straight to WTO rules, no relationship with the European Union, you know, at which point, you know, you would have the worst of all possible worlds in your view.
This is classic of this government, which is to say, we'll give you a vote, but it won't be a meaningful vote. We're going to fight on that. We're going to fight on that because it has to be a meaningful vote. Of course.
What would a meaningful vote be?
A meaningful vote is two things. Firstly, a vote that is at an appropriate time in the process and coupled with reporting back a seizure of the process over the...
But would it be a vote that would allow us to remain in the European Union? Because some people would say that's the only vote that matters.
Just let me complete as well, please.
Okay.
There are two agreements that have to be reached. The Article 50 leaving agreement, that's the one that's got to be reached within the 2 years. And then the new agreement, the UK-EU agreement, which defines the future relationship. We've got to have a vote on both of those, and I do not accept the proposition that on the second of those, which is the one that really counts, the new relationship, that we should have a vote which is a rock and a hard place. I don't accept that, and we'll be fighting on that.
But what would be a credible alternative vote?
Well, Theresa May has said, these are my objectives.
Vote to remain in the single market?
She has said, these are my objectives. A, B, C, D, and they're the attributes of the single market. We need to hold her to that, and she needs to bring back the deal. This is the new relationship with the EU to us to vote on. And it's got to be a meaningful vote, and we've got to be able to influence the outcome. We've absolutely got to do that because this is the new relationship with the EU. And therefore, anybody that thinks that the Labour Party is going to sit and accept from the Prime Minister that the only vote at the end of the exercise is a meaningless vote needs to think again.